Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 544. My name is Christopher Riccio, and I'm here with Jeff Chorney
What up,
and
everyone?
Jason A. Stryker.
Go. Hello.
Hello. Today we're going to do some distractions. Do we have news, Jeff?
Like one thing of news, two things of news, but one of them I can tie into distractions. So one
Okay.
thing of news,
So
and it's very, very quick.
that much news. And then we got a couple of emails from our listeners, so we're going to go through those because we
Yay.
always love that shit. So, but yeah, first things first, let's see what's going on. Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I had some.
We couldn't record yesterday, but for some reason.
Oh, that's right. I was actually slipped my mind for a second because I was going to lead in with something
Not
else.
me.
I
want to hear about that shit. Let's go.
Yeah. So turns out Crayman, he's a longtime friend of ours. We met way back on the One Up
forums. Yeah,
One Up forums. He works for Ticketmaster, and he had some extra tickets to go see the Rise of the Roach tour, which is Papa Roach, The Used, and Sleep Theory. So he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, you want to come check this out?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because The Used is Tanya and I is like one of our favorite bands. We've seen them live like 4 times. This is our 5th time seeing them live.
Nice,
and I'm a decent fan of Papa Roach, and I was familiar with Sleep Theory. Didn't hear too much of their stuff, so we went and checked that out, and it was a lot of fun. I think Sleep Theory stole the show, in my opinion, just because
really
they were like the opener, so they didn't play for too long, but they were great live, and they were pretty damn heavy, and I liked it. It was the first time I've worn earplugs at a show out of necessity of like I think my ears are going to bleed.
Wow.
Yeah, and not because it's like because I've seen some heavy shows. Like I've seen Lamb of God, like Slipknot and stuff like that multiple times, and it's been fine. But where we were sitting, the seats are really, really good into like the side kind of the stage, and the speakers, the big stacks of speakers that hang kind of from the ceiling, were aimed like directly at us. And it was like just the entire time I was like, holy crap. So luckily Crayman brought extra earplugs because he goes to a bunch of shows, obviously. So
yeah, I mean, I
when
think
you go to that many, you should wear them. Yeah.
So
I was
he's well prepared.
Yeah, and I was always one of those people like, wow, why do you wear like fucking earplugs to like a show type thing?
You have to know. Jeez.
Yeah, and I didn't realize like it does like it. You can still hear it fine. In fact, it makes some stuff sound actually better. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so good now. This is so much better. Because I like a few songs into Sleep Theory, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to last. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking old, or I don't know what's going on here. But it was a lot of fun. Papa Roach was good. The Used started off kind of weak. Like I said, we've seen them a bunch of times already. So I can just compare them to previous live shows. And Bert wasn't sounding so hot at the beginning, but he seemed to warm up and sounded good. So that was a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
So yeah, that's why we couldn't record last night, and that's why we're doing it tonight. And the other story I had is dental work story, and it's kind of gross, and I'm in pain kind of like right now, but I won't
fun
guys with that. Yeah.
Now we did tell T to stop hitting you in the jaw. Like I thought we got through that already.
Yeah, no. When I told her I was thinking about getting a PlayStation 5 Pro, she basically walloped me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. She did talk me out of it, though. I was this freaking close to pulling the trigger. I'm still not totally... Like, it is worrying me that I really think these consoles are going to go up again in price, and next gen, if this RAM shit isn't worked out or something happens with all the tariffs like that, like these next gen consoles are going to be so expensive. And I just figured, like, might as well have, like, the best performing console like while I can get it cheap, because it is $130 off here until like towards the end of December. I think the sale lasts.
And then you said you were going to use like rewards from work for it, right?
Oh, it wouldn't cost any money out of my pocket at all. But then I see, this is like where she's the voice of reason. It's like she's like, yeah, that's true, but do you want to spend like outside of the points, like this kind of bonus I got, which was like cash? It's like, do you want to put that towards this, or why don't we put it towards like a vacation or something? And I was like, yeah, you know what, that's kind of a good point, because we haven't been on a vacation, and like a real vacation, in a long time. So we'll see.
But, that's fair.
Yeah, she's the one who makes a lot of sense, right? She talks me down from these things. She's the one who told me to bring back the PlayStation Move when I bought that day one. She was like, "You're not gonna ever use it." That was a good choice. I'm like, I never
I'm
would
just
have used
saying.
that
I
thing.
feel like we might have told you that too.
I think a lot of people actually were. Yeah. And then, but she was the one that made, like, I mean, all you guys, I can say, fuck you two. I'm
True,
buying
that's
what I
fair.
want. Damn it. It's my money. Tanya's like, yo, you're not going to use it. Like, I'm like, you're probably right. And once I brought it back, I never thought about it again. So, although I did, of course, I have them because of when I got the VR, but
Right.
that's different.
Yeah, that was the only time the move was ever necessary, was when they brought the VR out.
And the dental stuff went fine. It's just like, well, now I feel like I have to tell the story now because like I'm leading into it. People are like, well, just fucking tell the story. So I had to get like a filling done. So I went and got that done. Everything was fine or whatever. And then I get home and my appointment was pretty early in the morning and I was fucking starving. I was so hungry. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to make something to eat. So I made myself like a breakfast bagel and I'm eating it. And like, I got a filling done. Of course, you lose some feeling in that area. And I'm sitting there eating this bagel, and I'm like, what? Something is like really fucking chewy, and something's not right here.
Was
and
it
I'm
your
like,
tongue?
It was the front of my lip, my right side of my lip, and multiple times I bit down on it hard. I was like, and then once I realized it was my lip, I was like, fuck. So I like. It's this. You're not gonna be able to see this if like you're listening, but I had to eat my bagel like pulling the right side of my lip out like this because I can't wait for this freezing to wear off. I'm so fucking hungry, and I'm sitting there like eating it, pulling on my right side of my lip, and like every once in a while I'd still snag it on there, and it's like, oh, and it was like whatever, it doesn't hurt of course because it's fucking numb. And then of course the freezing wears off, and I can feel it. Like my tongue across like that part of my lip, it is just mangled. I'm like, oh,
it's all swollen and shit already.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And like I took some Tylenol like last night before the show because I'm like, this is like starting to hurt, and like right now, like right here, like I can just feel it. It's like all swollen on the inside, and it fucking kills. And I'm just like, oh, this fucking sucks. All because I fucking need to stuff my face with a breakfast bagel and not wait an extra 2 hours. But yeah, my dumbass fault. But other than that, that's all.
I've done that before, dude. There was one particular dental procedure I had to have done where the fucking dentist, when they were doing the Novocaine, they hit a nerve, and I ended up getting damaged nerve out of it. So now, like, and I don't know if it's related for sure, but it's the only thing I can think of that does it. But one of the next dentist I went to, because I left that dude, he's like, your tongue doesn't stick out straight. It like, so my tongue goes out, and like it at the end, it like curves to the side.
It goes out
and
derpy.
So it does.
It's like your junk. Does it go to the lean to the left or the right?
Yeah.
It's crispy. It's like,
I don't know.
No, look at that. What a weirdo.
Gross.
But yeah, he said that, like the next dentist I went to said that if they had hit a nerve, it would stop the muscles from keeping it like straight. So yeah, that, and when I was doing that though, like after that happened, like after I got that dental work done, I was like biting, and I was like, for some reason my teeth aren't, reaching each other, and it's because I was literally biting the side of my tongue over and over and over again. And I will say this though, luckily you're like, I don't know about you guys, my tongue heals quickly. I don't know why, but it seems to. Anyway,
you're fucking Wolverine,
I get
man.
it. I am, yeah.
That's it. Other than that, I'm just chilling today, and played some games, and now I'm here.
Nice. Jason, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm having a crisis of conscience. We have a new obsession in the house. It's something that I was already familiar with and already watched. But I finally introduced Griffin to Stranger Things.
Okay.
And he loves the shit out of it.
Yeah.
The Demogorgon is his new favorite monster, which is a big deal because he knows a lot of monsters and loves them all. But this has been something that he and I have been watching together and like really, really bonding over it. I mean, some of the subject matter, obviously there's a lot of swearing and stuff, and he's, I think, mature enough to say, hey, we don't say this in, general public and whatnot. That's not a big deal. There was a couple like, sexy smoochy scenes or whatever. And he was just like, ew, oh, gross.
Oh yeah,
No big deal there.
but
But he completely handled the the violence and the spooky parts and stuff. He handled that stuff just fine. And he's really getting into the characters. He's like, I really love Hopper. He's a really complicated character. And I'm like, this is great. He's having a great time with this. But we've gone through 2 seasons already since like Thanksgiving. We have been binge watching it. But I know that things are going to get a little more intense season 3 and on.
That show very much ramps up.
It does, and I kind of forgot about that. Like I'm desensitized to it, so I don't remember this stuff. But Lisa's watched like half of season 3, and she kind of noped out. But she reminded me of some of the stuff, and I'm like, shit. I don't want to stop doing this. Yeah. He's just chomping at the bit to see more of it. Like it's going to be a very Stranger Things Christmas around here. Cause like all the stuff that he wants is like Stranger Things related shit. So, yeah, I don't know what to do exactly.
Is it more of like a responsibility, like being a parent that you don't want to, or is it more of he will be afraid of it?
Both, probably.
Yeah, that's both. Yeah, like I don't want to traumatize the kid, of course. Yeah. But at the same time, like I don't want to treat him with kid gloves either. Like I don't want to completely shelter him. So he's like I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've thought about like downloading the episodes and actually editing them myself. I used to do that with Lisa, actually, because there was a time when she was like wasn't watching R-rated movies and stuff. But I really wanted her to see Shaun of the Dead because it was super funny, right? But all the gory parts and stuff, I put like little kittens and stuff, like superimposed over the gore and shit like that, and like edited up all the swearing and stuff. So
that's fun.
I thought about doing that, but I don't know. We'll
then he might be like, seriously, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I don't want to cut out, parts entirely because some of that stuff is like, hugely impactful, especially in the later seasons.
I what's the redhead's name again?
Max.
Like the shit that with her in like the latest season, that's really hard for me. Well, I mean, it's harder for me, but like I can see that being hard. Yeah. Well, is season 5 the one that just came out?
Yeah.
No,
they're not done yet. They're not done yet. Okay, so season 4. Yeah. When she gets 4,
where she they make her float and all that stuff like that. That was
and that part. Something bad happens to her at the very end of that season. And I was thinking about that. And I'm like, shit. I don't know if I want him seeing that. I had to like. He's got a very good, like he handled one character dying, which was kind of gruesome at the end of season 2. He handled that just fine. So I'm like, maybe he would be okay with this. I don't know, because he's got a good grasp of like, this is clearly CGI. This is not real. And he just kind of gets into it. So I don't know. That's currently what's weighing on me right now, big time. So.
Okay.
I want to do it with him, but I don't want to traumatize him. So
yeah, I get that.
You need to wait for him to be like, "Hey, Dad, what's sex?" Be like, "All right, watching season 3 of Stranger Things. Let's go."
The Stranger Things is something that I've actually, like, my wife and I have talked about getting my son in to watch it, and we're on board with him watching it. He's 15 at this point.
Oh yeah,
but the problem is that. I don't think I think he nopes out of it. Like he's just not. He's very sensitive to that type of stuff. So,
I was too, man. I didn't start watching horror stuff till like in my 20s, honestly.
Yeah,
like some stuff still kind of gives me like the heebie-jeebies. But yeah, I was a late bloomer for horror because my parents never let me watch it. So I was like, when the first time I saw shit, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And see, like I had seen way worse stuff, even before, Griffin's age, right? So I don't know if this stuff doesn't really affect me that much, and like I don't want him to get to a point where he's like, like super squeamish or You know, like you won't be able to enjoy certain types of movies. I don't know. I don't know. I want to raise them right, damn it.
I mean, you could just ask him, be like, "Hey, it might get pretty intense. Are you cool with that?"
Yeah. We had to talk about it a couple days ago, and I'm like, you know, this stuff's going to get a little intense. You know, how do you feel about this? Do you want to just try and see if it's okay, or do you want me to, like, you know, watch the stuff ahead of time and like gauge it that way? And he's like, yeah, why don't you watch it? You know, because I don't want to see stuff that I shouldn't be seeing. So he's super responsible about it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff's, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's what's going on here. So
okay. All right. Yeah, from the TV perspective, since you brought that up, we're about to start the 5th season of Stranger Things because we just finished up The Witcher.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I've watched everything so far. Next episode is on Christmas. Then the final episode is on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. And I think we're waiting. We want to wait till all of it's out before we jump right into it. So we'll probably
not a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll probably watch something different for now. But yeah, finished up The Witcher, and it's like, okay, well, there's definitely going to be another season.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they left all kinds of cliffhangers on shit at the end of this season of Witcher. So, I think God damn it, it's who took over for Geralt? It was
Liam
Hemsworth. Yeah, Liam Hemsworth. I think he did pretty good. I think he did a pretty good job. I don't
watch season 2.
You didn't watch season 2?
No, I only watched the first season.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It was like great, honestly. That was first, like, do I want to watch season 2? I don't know. Is it good?
I'm enjoying it. it. Yeah, it's good. Let's see. What else is going on? We had I'm not going to go into details, but we did have a pretty big family issue that's hit us, that we're still working through. Things are settling down. Should be, hopefully everything will be back to normal, Monday, Tuesday. So,
good.
We are set to go on vacation. Actually, for you guys' information, 18th through the 23rd, I'm not going to be around. So, I don't know how you guys want to handle the show for that week, but we'll figure it out.
You can call in from the hot tub.
Calling from the hot tub. All right. But we're going to go do Universal and do Epic Universe.
Nice.
So probably touch base with Glenn, see if he wants to get together. It's usually one of our traditions when I go down there. So looking forward to that. Please don't buy Samsung appliances.
You got it.
Just throwing that out there. I have a Samsung washer dryer set, and today I replaced the heating element for the 3rd time.
Oof.
I got it when I moved into this house in 2017. So I've gone through 3 heating elements on this thing. And it's a pain in the ass to change out. You have to pretty much disassemble the entire damn thing to get to it. But yeah, try and avoid Samsung appliances. They're not great. I have a Samsung refrigerator down here in the basement that also does not work because it's
basically a microwave. It heats things up.
But let's see. Anything else going on? Not really anything else, but games. So let's talk about games.
Sure.
What do we want to start with, guys? We got a couple of new things this week, right?
We should probably start with the game.
That Marvel game, yeah.
I was going to say we should probably start with the game that's been 8 years in the making. Okay. But yeah, if you want to go with Marvel, we could talk Marvel first.
Okay, yeah.
I was kidding because there's 2 Marvel games to talk about.
Oh, yes, there is 2 Marvel games.
Thanks. No, you should do Mario Party 4. Let's talk about Mario Party 4.
Mario Party 4. Yes. Metroid Prime 4 finally came out.
Oh, that's what that meant. You kept... Yeah. It literally took me a couple times of reading you typing out MP4.
I was literally going to type it out full the first time, and I was like, no, there's no way they don't know what MP4 is with this.
I knew what it was.
I should type it out.
I did not. I'm like, Mario Party 4? Really? Okay.
Yeah, so people might not know, this was announced 8 years ago. Was given to some, I can't remember what studio had it originally. Then they scrapped it after like 4 years or something like that, and then gave it to Retro Studios, who made the original Prime games. So now it's finally out, and it's the first Prime game in 18 years, I think.
That
19
long?
years?
Wow.
Yeah, a
Holy
long
crap.
time. It was like a Wii game. So yeah, I grabbed that on launch day. I've played probably about 3 to 4 hours, maybe. It is very much a Prime game. So far, if you've played those other ones, you're gonna like this one. Um, they added in psychic abilities now. So far, I haven't done anything crazy with them. I've just moved some switches to solve some
Mm.
like minor puzzles and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
just
I
nothing
remember
you haven't seen
seeing
before.
some stuff about that.
Yeah, I haven't used anything for combat or anything like that. They do Metroid you, of course, at the beginning. You do get you still have the morph ball at the beginning though, so that's something. So you don't lose everything. So baby steps. Um, so let's okay. So there's an elephant in the room, whereas the reviews came out and a lot of people were mad because they showed there's NPCs now in the game that talk and are voiced, and there's other
Mhm.
characters. And the first one they show off is kind of like this kind of nerdy comedic relief kind of guy, typical Marvel type, like quips type things like that. I don't think, at least so far, I feel that hate towards this character is blown way out of proportion. Um, Out of that 4 hours, he might have like 8 minutes of screen time, and that includes like voices too. Like he'll every once in a while he'll like radio into you or something like that, or tell you something. Um, Again, so far it hasn't been that bad. Is he cringe? Yes, he's cringe. That's just him as a character. He is like an engineer, so they have to do the stereotype of being a nerd. But that being said, he does kind of tell you hints and stuff for some things to do. Uh, but this is also early in the game, so they could be onboarding players, especially new players, because they definitely want to get new players into the series. Because Metroid has never been a top seller for Nintendo. Like I think Dread was their most like popular one, I think, in sales, and I think it
Oh wow.
just over 2 million or something like that. So they've never been like a crazy seller for them. So I can see where they're going with this. And they do kind of put a little bit of like kind of like markers where you can go next, but it doesn't like spell it out. It's not like holding your hand as much as like I kind of thought it was going to based on some of the previews and stuff I read. But there is some of that there. You can turn off like markers and stuff entirely, and the hood stuff and stuff like that. So um, if you do care about that stuff, you can turn that off. I don't think you can turn the character off though when he radios into you, but you do have to, if you want a hint or something like where to go next, you have to select him from the screen, from the menu screen, and be like, hey, and he'll tell you whatever. So there's that. Graphically, it looks amazing. It's gorgeous on the Switch 2, at least. It's mostly to do with art style, though, but it is very crisp because at the end of the day, this is a Switch 1 game that they delayed and put it on PS5, Switch 2.
Sure.
It does have two modes, though. It does actually have a 120 hertz mode
Mhm.
where it does like 1080p or something like that, and that's in handheld or docked. So I've
Oh,
tried
really?
that out on handheld. Sorry, what are you
Yeah.
saying?
No, I
Oh,
was surprised that it runs 120 in handheld.
yeah. So it is
At
lower
1080p.
resolution.
At 1080p, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at 10. It might even be
Yeah,
actually. It might be lower. Yeah, it is 1080p because I think it's 4K on docked mode.
I did watch someone, that gave he had a review of it that was up after he had beaten it, and he was talking about the different, uh,
Mhm.
ways to play it, and he said that the 4K 60 actually did really well from a performance perspective,
Yeah.
that he didn't see a whole lot of frame drops and things like that. Is that your experience as well?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't seen anything that would be like,
Nice,
but
good.
because really, like, they're not. They look like first person shooters, but at heart, they're kind of not really. Like, they are first person. You are shooting,
Mhm.
but nothing crazy is really going on at like one time. It's
Yeah,
not
you don't
fast
have,
moving.
like, a million enemies on the screen at the same
No.
time. It's not like a big war that's
It's
happening.
not
It's like it
it's
is
not
still
Doom, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
still an adventure game. You're still playing an
Yeah.
adventure game.
Yeah. It's mostly puzzles and you're exploring and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Another thing was I just got to the area, not just, I'm probably about half an hour into the area where you get to the open world aspect of it. So
Mhm.
you're supposed to find like basically five like of these keys. That's the point of the game, and I guess you use these five keys to unlock something. So after you find like the first 2, it kind of puts you in this open world to kind of go for the next one you want to do. And there's 3 dungeons, um, in a big vast open map that you drive a motorcycle on. Um, it is empty. Like that area is empty. I've driven around because I wasn't really sure what dungeon I want to do first, and I went to a couple of them. And I really think that even though they give you the option to go to any of the 3, I think you have to do them in a certain order, because I got to the one I went to first, I actually got turned around. Like there's no way I could progress because it's a lava area and I could not walk on the lava or anything. So I'm like, I can't be here. But it does. I did find something that was a kind of an upgrade in that area. So I guess it kind of rewards you for going there first, but you just can't do that dungeon first. So there's that. And it's very quiet in the desert area. Like you just basically hear your bike and kind of like if you see like any kind of things moving, enemies or whatever, you hear those and like some wind or whatever. Now here's where the news thing that I'm going to throw in here. So it turns out like almost all the reviews said this was a big problem with this area, that it's just kind of empty and it's just kind of quiet, and it would be better if there's like music or something. There is music.
Yeah.
But it is locked behind a $30 amiibo.
You fucking serious?
One of the amiibos I have, when you use it in that open area, you can select some of the tracks of you've already heard in there that it will play as you're driving around.
Oh, I hate video games.
I have seen people, dude, I have seen people defend this, and I'm like, that is indefensible.
So
like,
I heard that the amiibo thing was that it was a different music track. It was that there was music already, but the amiibo gave you a different track. That's not the case?
No, there's no music at all. Because when I got there today, I totally forgot I had the amiibo, because I read this actually before I picked up the game, and I was like, that is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot. I can actually put music here. And I got to select some of the tracks of the areas I've already been in while I'm riding around. And it does say when you put the amiibo on there that when you finish the game, whatever, it unlocks 2 more tracks that are, I guess, exclusive to the amiibo. And I've seen people defend this in so many stupid ways. The number one,
of course,
ridiculous way of seeing people defend it is say it's bullshit. It's not locked behind the amiibo. You could open it up in the game. So I was like, oh, okay. So you can open up in the game. Like, how do you do that? You have to 100% the game. So you have to beat the game and get 100%.
That's not the same.
Then
that's not,
you unlock the music
that's
for
not
the
opening. Yeah, that's not opening up in the game. That's
like technically you can select it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dumb shit. That's dumb shit. Okay.
No, I'm like, so basically, like, how many people are going to do that? For one, how many people are going to replay it again right after? So it is 100% behind a paywall if you want any type of music. And like I said, the area is pretty big. So driving even from one dungeon to the other, it takes a amount of time, and you're not doing anything in between this amount of time besides smash these green crystals, which you need apparently towards the end game as well.
There's apparently like shrines in the desert that you can do.
There are there is. I have found 1, I think, or 2, but I haven't been able to really access them or solve the puzzles because I need other stuff to do it.
Oh wow.
So it's
okay.
not like Zelda where it's like you can basically solve all of them from the get-go, pretty much, as long as you have like the 4 abilities. This doesn't seem the case for this at all. And it's not, they are few and far between. Like, it's, at least from what I can tell. Again, I'm not super deep into this whole vast desert thing. But yeah, so I just want to, make sure to point those out for people listening now that it's out. And if you're kind of on the fence, that being said, it is a very good game so far. And if you like Metroid, you will like it. I don't know if it'll get anybody who doesn't like Metroid on board, unless your problem was the difficulty in finding out where to go, because it does guide you a little bit better there, but it's not direct hand holding yet. So yeah, I am really enjoying it. I think it's one of my, it's probably so far my favorite exclusive so far that they've released, Nintendo's released.
Okay.
On the Switch 2, you mean? Okay. I thought you were going to say it was my favorite Metroid Prime game. And I'm like, okay, wait.
No. I don't know. Well, I'm not even a big Prime fan. I literally played the first one for the first time when the remaster came out a couple years
okay,
back. So I have never played 2. I own them all. I have the collection for Wii. I just never got to them
nice.
all. Yeah, so and it has a
I
whole
had
bunch
the
of different
first
control
2.
options.
So I beat the first one on GameCube. I have the second one for GameCube. I never got the third one at launch. I think I got it later. I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it for Wii, but I don't remember. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know if I've played a Prime game, to be honest. I'm sure I've tried one out, but it was vastly different than my experience with other Metroid games. I really, really like the original Metroid and Super Metroid in particular. The Super Metroid is one of my all-time like top 5. And I understand that Prime's very different. It's a different experience altogether. So I steered.
It's different in that I would say it's only really different in the viewpoint.
Gameplay.
It's very much Metroid.
Yeah, the gameplay is different, but it is still very much a Metroid game. So but I apologize. I had to yell at my dog. He was trying to.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. He was doing something he wasn't supposed to, and he's been trying to do it for the past like 5 minutes. So I finally just told him to get his ass over here and lay down. But the first game I remember playing it, and I remember enjoying it a lot. And it did feel like Metroid. When I got to Metroid Prime 2, I think I got about halfway through and I just didn't finish it. I am very interested in getting Metroid Prime 4. But I'm kind of waiting and like managing my expectations on this because the review that I saw, and I'd be really curious to hear how this turns out for you, Jeff. He also complained about the vast desert where there's nothing to do, essentially, and said that essentially when you're moving from area to area, you have to cross this desert every time. There's no fast travel.
No,
there's no fast travel. So that's a big like red flag for me. Because now you have basically created a game that is known for backtracking. You've basically artificially extended it by making me do all of the backtracking.
And not in what Metroid and similar games do such a great job of is making the backtracking part more fun than the first time you did it. You get the double jump. Now you're like, oh shit, I can cover so much ground, and there's like these shortcuts you can take now, or you can run, you have sprint. You're just getting on your motorcycle and you're driving. And even your boost is limited. You can use your boost and it's gotta recharge.
Fuck.
So that part is really it's
weird.
It's kind of like it's not as it's worse. It's worse. I was gonna say Gears of War 5 did this where they had these like open hubs.
Oh sure.
But the actual open parts there's nothing for you to do. You're literally just going to dungeon to dungeon. But it looked amazing, and there was music and cool weather effects and shit like that happening.
That's where the bar is, guys. There was music. That's the bar.
I mean, yes, that's where we've gotten, man. I mean, Chris, I got something to sell you if you want music. In this,
is it an amiibo, desert. Jeff? Is it an amiibo?
Yes.
Okay.
That are $10 more than they were last generation. I don't know how much they are, but yeah, I know they're more money.
I so dislike.
Good.
I so dislike Nintendo this generation. I really do. I don't know what's going on.
This is one of the. I guess talking to my buddies about it, I'm like, and I said this is one of the worst things they've done, and one of my buddies like laughed and said, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. And I wanted to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and he has the amiibos too. So I'm not sure. I'm like, you saying that because you already own the amiibo, so it's not a big deal, or are you saying this practice isn't a big deal? Because I feel like very much objectively this practice is a big deal, or something that should be shat on and should not be defended, because that is fucked up. And then you see people defending people, well, it's supposed to be meant to be like quiet and like you're like on your own doing it. I'm like, you're like that in the levels. I get it, but you can then why isn't it like that for every level? Why is there no music in the game, period? Because you're going through the levels and there's music in them and you're by yourself.
And so besides that, the entire game is built like the visuals and the way the aesthetic of the game is all built around Samus is in this suit, and like you can see her reflection off the glass of the visor and shit like that. Like really, really cool details. You're telling me that Samus doesn't have a music player with
She
her?
doesn't have a fucking iPod in there, man.
She doesn't have a phone or something? It's like, listen, I get in my car and I've got songs, audiobooks, all kinds of shit that I can play on the radio. Like, she's got to have something. Like, come on.
Yeah. She's got some Papa Roach to listen to as she's cruising across that desert.
The Used. She's got the whole catalog for The Used.
Oh man.
The two things that the two other things I would bring up about the review that I watched, because it was very
whose review was it? Was it RGT?
No, it was honestly someone I had never heard of. It was just like it was only like 12 or 13 minutes long. But he was basically going through, I've played all the Prime games, this is kind of what I feel. But he definitely mentioned the lack of music in the desert, and the lack of things to do in the desert. He mentioned the dude that you're talking about. And he said that when he returned to that area, the fact that he didn't have to listen for that guy made it easier for him to notice everything that was going on around him.
See that part I do think is overblown, because he's not like he's chatting your ear off constantly, and it's not like a Atreus or like Aloy situation where the second you see a puzzle, they're like telling you what the
that's
thing is. Like, it's not like that, and it's not like he's constantly talking to you as you're walking around. He beeps in every once in a while to say something, but so far, for all I know, it could get worse.
He mentioned it took him about 11 and a half hours to get through the game. And like specifically talked about, he thinks it would have been 20% less without the desert shit.
I could believe that. Yeah, that I could totally see without even
like he said that some like the moments of the game where you were actually in the areas is some of the best gaming he's had, but like the desert stuff brought it down. And this is something I actually disagreed with him, because he actually was like, man, the music is great in this, and you know, it's top-notch stuff. And then he plays part of it, and it does that Nintendo thing where they basically synthesize a chorus, and they're playing a chorus on a synthesizer, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I played Expedition 33 this year. Like, I want a real fucking chorus. You're charging me $80 for these games, or $70-$80 for these games, and you're still a generation behind visually. So put the effort somewhere. Come on. Like, I don't know. That's me being super critical, but like when he was playing the music in the background, I was like, this is not great. So I was a little off.
Well, it's not orchestral, like orchestrated and all that kind of stuff.
And that's the thing, though. It's like music. Nintendo has the money to do that. Like, do that. Come on.
Then they'd be losing the feel, Chris. The feel and the essence of Nintendo games. But yeah. And it doesn't help that they put the dungeons literally in the farthest corners of the map. Like, literally, it's like each corner. So it's the furthest distance from A to B, no matter which way you look at it. So,
and without fast travel, like, that's the part that gets me. That's weird. That's weird.
It is. But hey, other than that,
I'm gonna wait.
They're not nitpicks. I think those are big issues that I think a lot of people will have problems with. But like, I agree with whoever that review is. Like, the actual dungeons themselves so far have been great.
Yeah.
And again, they do other archaic shit. Like, the checkpointing fucking sucks. And I get it, it's Metroid, you're supposed to find save points, but sometimes there are times when it just makes sense to have a checkpoint, like an autosave, like before or like after a boss or something. I had to do almost an entire part of a dungeon twice, because I was like, this is an obvious spot for an autosave. I got to go do something. I came back later, and it was like, I'm at my first save that I was at like an hour ago. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Wow.
I'm like, so, but then there was an actual autosave or something else, which I thought didn't make sense. I was like, I died, and I was like, oh fuck, I bet you guys are gonna have to go way back. And it's like, nope, it brought me back right before that door. I'm like, what is going on? Where are they putting these checkpoints? It doesn't make any sense. So anyway,
consistency.
I really like it. Those critiques are valid, but it is fun.
Yeah. I'm still interested in getting it. I'm gonna wait. I'm wondering if there's. I know that Nintendo's not known for doing this. I'm kind of waiting for them for people to say where are my fast travel points and see if they add them. I don't. And that Nintendo's not known for doing that. So
no, they're
we'll
not
see.
at all. Yeah. But the
Good
other two
stuff, though,
games,
man. Yeah, looking forward to hearing more about it as you progress.
Word. And then I don't know if you want to jump into one of the other ones.
Let's. Why don't you guys talk about what is it? Tokon? Yeah.
Tokon Beta.
Tokon's a really fucking good looking game. Holy shit!
It is good looking. Yes.
Yeah, I think we knew that from the trailers that they put out. This is a fighting game developed by Arc System Works, who do Guilty Gear and such. So yeah, they've done some phenomenal looking games. And this is weird because Marvel fighting games have traditionally been done by Capcom. So yeah, it's weird that it's an Arc Sys joint this time around. This is just a beta, of course. They've still got a lot to work on for sure, and they've only had like 8 characters, I think, announced so far.
Yeah.
So it's still very, very early on. They're trying very hard to get new casual players on board. They're trying to make it very casual friendly. There's a lot of auto combos, where you just mash one button, it does like 3-4 hit combo. It goes up in strength. If you do like a light, it does a very light combo. The medium ends with like a special or a super, and then the heavy does like an ultimate at the end of it. So you've got some freeform kind of combos. I guess you can kind of go light, medium, hard, and shit like that. The tricky thing is that they've done such a good job with these combos that they're practically optimized in that. I mean, they're doing practically the max amount of damage that you can do in a combo, essentially, right? In just a basic string combo. So there's very little reason for you to try and do it manually.
I don't even think you can do it manually.
Sure you can. Yeah,
I tried. And I didn't see because there's no links. Everything is a chain.
Yeah, everything's a chain, but like doing the motions for specials and shit like that.
By motion, you mean hitting forward instead of just hitting the button, I guess.
Well, no, you can do a traditional motion and you'll do more damage.
Traditional motion?
Like a fireball motion. They do have that.
They do?
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't tell you that in the training at all.
They don't advertise that at all. But yeah, you can do traditional. Motions.
Shit! I did not know that. I was like, if I didn't even know there was motions, I thought they just took all the motions out, and were just like hit a button in a direction.
Yeah, you would think so. But they still do have that stuff for sure. And they do have manual link combos. You have to if you're trying to do more assist heavy combos, then you do have to do it in a link style. It's really hard to explain because they've really, really overcomplicated the way that tags and assists.
There's a lot of different tags.
There's so many different things going on, and they just throw that upon you in the tutorial. You're going through the first half of the tutorial. It's like, this is fucking easy baby shit. And then they get to the tag stuff, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? I have no idea how to play this.
And you forget everything from the first half of the tutorial.
Absolutely. But to try and explain the assist and tag system, like traditionally in like assist games, you would do like a 3-hit combo or something. I'm very oversimplifying this. But do like a 3-hit combo, hit the assist. It would come in with a character and they would do their unique attack, right? And then you kind of continue the combo from there. If you do that in Tokon, the character that comes in will do a very, very generic attack. And it's actually the same attack that all of the other characters do. So if you do it in a combo, like doing an auto combo or something like that, they all do the same thing. However, if you do it in neutral or something like that, then they have different unique attacks depending on which slot they're in. This is a 4v4 game, right? So you're the main character. Your 3 assists that you can tag in and out, whenever you want. Depending on which slot they're in, they will do like a defensive attack, an anti-air, or like a forward, like a beam, the projectile style attack or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff is like, really deep and nuanced and, interesting, I guess. But it's super weird that regardless of the character that you have, if you do that assist during a fucking combo, that they just do it normal.
Just do it normal.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're trying very hard, like I said, to make this as easily digestible for the new players, I guess.
And also keep the complexity for people that are
right.
that have been there for a while.
And
For people that want it.
Yeah, and I think that they're dropping the ball.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's hard
things.
to balance that. It's hard to balance that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, and they're trying to skate that line. I don't think they're doing it on any front.
I have to go try that because now you actually made it scary. Because I was like, this is way too this is way too simplified. Like, I have nothing wrong with that, especially if they're going for a bigger audience. That's fine. If I can get my like casual fighting friends that are from around here to play fighting games with me for once, because they're the type of people who they don't know what an anti-air is or an overhead. So even when I'm trying to let them win, it's hard sometimes without me making it blatantly obvious.
Yep.
So if it's something that they can just hit, because I was like, I'm just going to you can mash out shit and a lot of cool stuff happens. For sure. More so than like Persona, Arena and stuff like that, other games that have done this from them. But yeah, if you can actually do stuff like manually, that's actually scary because that makes it actually more complicated than I thought it would be. That it might take it even more complicated. I already don't like assist games, like tag team games, much. I play them at a very basic level. Like I do not use assists hardly ever. In this, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. They're just going to come in here. I'll do it like mid combo, and then if I see the opponent go up, I'm follow them up there, like whatever. But yeah, so now I did not know about the whole neutral thing either. That's fucked up. And depending on what position they're in on your like diamond of characters you have up there, that gets a little complex.
Yeah, especially when you can tag in like you've got somebody in the last slot, right? And you do a tag. So your current character goes into the last slot, right? So now your last slot guy is your top guy.
Yeah, they change.
Does the main character. So you can change, depending on who you're tagging in at the same time. Like their positions will change frequently. So you really got to stay on top of who's who and where's whoever's
that's
where,
confusing.
shit like that. So the neutral stuff that I was talking about before, there are ways for you to stall the timing of combos where you can do those assists and they'll have a unique assist at that point, but you got to stall things out a little bit. The timing's really, really weird. It's not intuitive. It doesn't make sense. And it just flies in the face of like all over other tag games before. So it's strange. A lot of the footage that I've seen of like pro players, it's way more than just doing your auto combo into launcher, into something in the air and whatever. They're really taking advantage of those neutral assists and shit like that. So it does get very, very in depth. And a lot of the complaints that I've seen on like Reddit and shit is just like, this is a fucking baby game. This is just auto combo nonsense. It's
well, that's
ridiculous.
what I thought it was after playing it today and yesterday. I was like, or today, I was like, this is too oversimplified.
Yeah,
but,
there's a lot more going on for sure. So, so it's got that going for it, but it's really got to strike that balance. And it's not super doing it for me just yet, but man, is it pretty! Holy shit.
It is definitely pretty. I think it doesn't do justice even on the trailers. It's very, very crisp in person. Yeah, it looks really good running.
Yeah. I'm mostly impressed by it. I think that they've got a long ways to go. When Strive was in beta, Guilty Gear Strive, that was super rough. But they cleaned it up a lot by the time the game came out.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So before I make another ignorant comment, there's no training in this, right?
No training, no.
Okay, because all I've been doing is like when I want to do any type of trading, I just do versus CPU, or I just go back into the training or the tutorial and get to a point where I have tags, and I'm just like, I can mess around with what I possibly can there.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
haven't tried online yet.
So the beta it runs for like 3 days or whatever. I think the first day and a half you can do online or CPU, but the second half is only online. So yeah, you don't get the CPU matches then. So yeah, high hopes for real for sure, but we'll see.
It definitely seems fun, even on a basic level, like if whatever. But yeah,
what I'm really kind of heartened by is that it's doing something different, I guess, and we're kind of in this weird, a lot of people are calling it like a new golden age of fighting games because there's just so many, in the past, handful of years. However, I don't think those games have been very good, to be honest. So I don't think we're like a weird renaissance or golden age or anything like that. So it's nice to see that somebody's trying to do something different. So,
well, I think a lot of them started off really well, and then now people are shitting on them. Like people love, it's the whole, what's it called, life cycle of a Capcom game. Everyone fucking loves it, then they absolutely fucking hate it, then they love it again. Right now, I think everyone hates Street Fighter 6. I think, or are we back on the loving Street Fighter 6 now?
It depends on which Reddit thread you're looking at. I guess. So.
And Tekken, it seems like all the hardcore Tekken people fucking hate Tekken 8 now and have for a while. But everyone loved it at the start. I remember it was like everyone was talking about it. So
it's got fighting games have some of the most volatile fans out there. I think, and you never know how things are going to. So there's another game, another fighting game right now, the Avatar fighting game that's in a pre-alpha. Running a beta or whatever right now. It's like a closed alpha.
Oh, that's the meme that they posted in Discord. Okay,
it looks fucking shitty, or like it looks super amateurish and stuff. But playing it, like it seems like it's really good. Like Maximilian was playing it and he was having a joyous time within 30 minutes of playing that, and he played it for like 3 hours straight.
Oh wow!
And then he went right to Marvel Tokon, and you could just see the life being sucked out.
No.
So a lot of people are like super into this Avatar game, and it didn't look like it was going to be very good. You just don't know how this is going to go. Like,
and I don't think you can trust the fighting game community at all. Like, not even just the ones that are like in Reddit. Like, I mean, like, I really love Maximilian. Like, that's how I still follow him and I watch a lot of his shit. But a lot of those guys, like, they will poo-poo on something, then they love. Like, I remember the first Tokon Beta, they were praising the shit out of it.
Yep.
And then now, if they're already all kind of coming down from it, it's like just the second beta. And how much did they change in it? Like, I don't know if they changed anything. I have no clue.
Yeah, they changed some like ways that the tag assist or the tag like changing worked. But that's really about it. Like they added a new button essentially that allows you to do a quick tag or something like that. But
yeah, the X button, which I constantly hit all the time because I think it's jab.
It's even after the first beta ended, people were already getting negative.
Already kind of getting negative on it.
They were like, okay, I'm seeing how this shakes out. I'm seeing the same combos. I'm seeing the same stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still in fucking beta, man. Like this game is not opened up yet. Like,
does it even have a release date? It does have a release date, right? I know it's next year. I just don't remember the date.
Yeah, I think it's pretty early, but I don't know exactly.
And I'll probably still pick it up because I mean, I want to. I did enjoy it. If my friends will get it, that are just like, the good thing is if it's not that great, I'm gonna have no motivation to like practice it. So if they get it, then we're all kind of like on the same playing field. So it's like whatever.
Right.
The good news is if I don't play it, I'll be just as bad as my friends.
I don't think they listen to this, but no.
That's literally what I just fucking heard.
It's like I have a few that are always like, oh, I really want to get into fighting games, and I try to like teach them the basics. Yeah. And then like I think like Sniper Maverick is one of the only people I remember, like Jason and I basically like he wanted to get decent at fighting games, so we played Injustice with him for like we played so much Injustice 1.
Yeah,
we were teaching him what an overhead is, what an anti-air is, what all this stuff is, and he really got into it. But he like applied stuff. He was listening, and like my friends are the kind of type that'll I'll try to like teach him stuff here and there, but then when we have like these tournaments at people's houses, like I'm either not allowed to play or I can't use any of my mains. Like
Right.
can't use Katana. Okay, I'm going to use Scorpion. Okay, now you're not allowed to use Scorpion. Okay, I'm going to use something. Now you're not allowed to use Sub-Zero. It's like, okay, do you want to play Street Fighter? And Street Fighter's the worst because I kind of know, because of all these motherfuckers we played so much, that I know the basics for a lot of characters, but I only main like 3. So it's like
that's already way beyond what they're
So if this can all be, we're all on the same playing field, and I'm just like, whatever, and I'm already bad at tag games, let's fucking do it. Game.
Yeah, the onboarding part, the initial ramp up is really quick, really easy, it seems like. So it's got that going for it.
I'm wondering if with the way that you said that you can add in the motions and it does more for you, if they'll make a mode where like the easy way is essentially turned off, and have something like that for tournament play or something like that.
No, that's kind of like a big motion or movement in fighting games, traditional or in modern fighting games. So like, Street Fighter's got their modern controls and shit like that, which is the same thing. And they're really trying to integrate that into like competitive play. So
and you'll see people do really well with it, but then you'll see all the crazy good people. They'll joke around with it for a while. Like you'll see Justin Wong be like, "I'm only going to use modern for my matches," but he's Justin fucking Wong, so it's like he's old and not as good as the really good players, but he's still Justin Wong, so he knows. I would be surprised if they did that, because I really think Marvel wants this to do really well, and I think if they put like you can segment the players by doing that, I don't think they're gonna do that.
No,
but
Man, it's good looking.
Yeah, it is definitely good looking. Well, if there's only another hero game where you can tag people that we could talk about.
If only.
Speaking of Marvel tag games,
Chris,
yes,
you played this. You started this the other day.
I did.
We all played it.
We all played it.
Chris,
I was late to the party. I started yesterday, I think.
Oh God, you're so far behind, Chris.
So far behind. Cosmic Invasion, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So traditional side scrolling beat 'em up with a tag mechanism. So you bring 2 different heroes into the stage, and there are different there are ways that you can bring in the other hero, and you can do it traditionally just by holding down the L2 button, and you could do it like in the middle of a super, by holding I think it's R1 and L2 or something like that. And you can also and then there's like a quick if you get caught, if you get grappled, it'll flash L2 on the screen, and you can use L2 to essentially get you out of it, and it switches characters. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this. I'm enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. It feels really good, but it also feels pretty basic for the most part. But I know that I have realized that the more I play, the more I'm finding little ways that you can go kind of transition from one type of move set to another. And I don't know if that translates, but essentially, like one of the things that I've gotten into doing is like you've got your basic attack combo, and then like half the characters have, like dexterity characters have a dodge instead of a block, and if you can dodge and essentially go right into your tackle move with the dodge, so I use that to kind of move around and vary my location on the stage, to get away from the enormous amount of projectiles that are coming my way. But it feels basic at first, but I am finding myself figuring out new ways to kind of cycle into different moves and different things. I will say that I feel like there was a pretty big difficulty spike it was all like fun and games up until I got
Yep.
to like the symbiote stage, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like the stage where you have to fight Venom at the end. I fought Venom 3 times. Like he beat my ass a couple times. But that was the first time, and that was the first time I had gotten beaten by a boss throughout the game.
Oh,
up
the
to that
game's
point.
super easy for the longest time. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first, like
On
I would say
default.
6 stages or so are pretty easy, and then all of a sudden you get to the point where you have to face Venom, and Venom beats your ass a couple times. And then you have to go to like the next stage that you go to is like where the symbiotes were created, and that was really difficult as well. So I'm not super far past that. I think I'm 1 or 2 stages past that right now. But you guys know me. They put challenges and collectibles in the stage, so
Yeah.
it's like every time I finish a stage, if I haven't gotten everything, I go back and do it again. So I'm on the stage I'm on. The next stage I'm on is the first one that has Rocket as one of the challenge characters.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty late in the game. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what I did with that is like I got to that point and I saw that it was Rocket, and it was trying to think of who. The other character was Captain America, who is already like level 5 at this point. But Rocket I hadn't used yet, so I took Rocket, brought him back to the start, and I ran a couple stages with him to level him up to get some of the perks, and actually get all the challenges. Well, there were a couple where I missed the cube, so there's like 3 challenges, and then there's a cube you have to find. And there were like 3 or 4 stages where I missed the cube, so I went back and I used Rocket to find those. Got him up to like level 4 or so, and now I'm going to jump into that next stage. But so far, I'm having fun. I really want to play multiplayer. I can see how this could get really chaotic,
dude.
With all the shit that's going on.
It's nuts multiplayer. Yeah,
is it okay?
I played with 2 of my buddies the day it came out, and we didn't have it set to private, so we had a random with us. So we had 4 of us, and each person, you pick 2 people. Each person picks 2 heroes, so that's 8 heroes in total. I couldn't see fucking shit. Like you cannot see a damn thing. That's why I want to play through it again. I'm starting to play through it single player because I couldn't tell you what was happening on each level. And the story, in my mind, you were joking around the entire time, so it's like a blur. I don't like we beat it in one sitting basically.
You missed nothing.
You missed nothing. Yeah, it's like the story is kind of all over the place. It doesn't really give you like anything.
It's really disjointed, but
there's no overarching,
like there's one big bad guy, but there's no reason for like all these characters to like be in the places that they are. It just jumps all over the place.
Yeah,
I liked it. I mean, we all seem to like it. I had the same kind of thing with you. It felt kind of basic, but I think that's because most of the depth comes from the tagging parts of it. And this goes back to what Jason said when he played the demo. If you're not using the tag in the correct ways or finding cool ways to do it, it doesn't feel like you have a lot of attacks and stuff. Like there's a move list for each character, but there's not a lot of moves. And it just depends on how you kind of put them together. And I'm gonna naturally, we're probably gonna compare this to Shredder's Revenge, which
that was their past game.
Yeah, I would probably put Shredder's Revenge above it,
which I haven't played yet.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
I found it was much easier to do combos and stuff with one, and this could come back to my whole tagging issue with the games like this. Is with one character, even if it's a limited move set, I find you can find quicker ways to combo stuff together and abilities and find out which works well. And this, you have to worry about what your partner does when you tag them, what their supers are, like what you can juggle off of, what you could like, whether you have a dash, whether you have a guard. But I am liking it. I think it's really good. I think these guys make great games. Like as far as I know, they're
it's fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of fun. There are a couple of things in the game that I'm just like, why? It's like I feel like, especially after playing Absalom, let me double tap down and dash downward, please. Like, why is that not a thing?
Roll or something?
Yeah, or something. Like it's like you can't quickly dodge up or down on the Y-axis on the screen. But some of the enemies can't. Like some of the enemies can do their dash and tackle moves diagonally, and you can't do that. So, and I can't remember what there's these enemies, and I can't. They're like, it's not a roly poly. But it's almost that. It almost like the name is almost like that, and they can like spin up right in one
and they
direction.
go diagonally, and
yeah. But the other thing that pisses me off is that they can spin up in one direction, and then if I like get behind them, they will just turn around and come behind them and go after me. I'm like, what is that about?
Yeah.
So there's definitely a few things in this game that I'm like.
And bear in mind, if you're doing a run, you have very little control over vertical movement.
There's no control. You get straight. You get a straight run, and that's it. And that's kind of my point. It's like now that I like, especially after playing Absalom, like the amount of flexibility that you have with like the way you can dodge and things like that, like going back to this is a little hard. It's still fun, but from the pure technical perspective, Absalom is a better beat 'em up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Well, and that's, I don't think that there's not much debate there, because they like, that's the main gameplay draw to it, right? Where Cosmic Invasion, it's more like, hey, look, it's Marvel, and then it's a beat 'em up on top of that.
And it's good looking. They did good sprite work.
They did good sprite work, yeah.
Animations are great.
Really, really like vibrant color scheme too. Like it is very reminiscent of the old X-Men arcade game and like the Capcom Marvel games, like that.
100%.
Yeah, like a lot of those characters look like they're plucked.
Like
directly
Storm
from those
looks
games.
like she's just right out of that. Like
yeah.
But they're really, a little shorter.
Really
like,
interesting
condensed.
cast of characters too, right? Like like Cosmic Ghost Rider, like that's interesting. And it's and like She-Hulk, but not regular Hulk. Like that's interesting to me. So
that's great.
They made a lot of decisions, like a lot of characters that were included that like Rocket, right? Rocket's the only Guardian in there, at least that I've seen so far. I still have yet to unlock 3 characters, but
I was gonna say what's his name's in there, Star-Lord, but no, he's in Token.
Yeah,
getting them mixed up.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I'm enjoying it. I do want to play some multiplayer. I think it would be fun. But it is a relatively basic beat 'em up game with Marvel characters.
Yeah,
that's
and I guess as deep as you want it, if you want to learn that stuff.
Yeah,
which makes me wish there was a room, like a room you can go into, like put the danger room in there or something, and have like. Because you literally, like, every character wouldn't play the same if you tag them up with a different character, except for the main tags you can do. But, like, if you do the, like, what is it, when you hold it down? Not the super one. You can do, like, the one-hit ones, and then some characters will fire a beam, like we talked about in Token. Some some will do whatever, and depending on what character you're using, that might be good or not good for that character. So some characters can fly, some can't.
Those I don't use too terribly. I just use the single tag, and then depending on if I'm in the air or on the ground, they'll do different things. But you can hold down like the tag button and hit an attack button, and you'll, just as you said, do like a beam or whatever. I don't get that deep with it. Just because the game is this is such a bad term. I think it's beat 'em up slop. Like when you play slop pool, you don't really call the shots. You just like fucking hit the shit, and if it goes in a pocket, great. Then that's kind of what this game is. You both nailed it. It's very simple at first, but the tagging adds a lot to it. That's when I had the most fun, is when I was actively tagging stuff. Other than that, when I played multiplayer, it was way too much going on, and everything that I like learned in single player, it's like I've got these cool combos with these two cool characters, fucking just gone.
Yeah.
And there's also like weird juggle rules. Like you can corpse juggle. Like if you kill somebody during a combo, like you can still like hit them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if you try and throw them like with the command grabs, it just goes right through them. That's a nitpick. The other nitpick, which is actually kind of a big thing, is like you don't have a normal throw. Like in,
No,
in,
no
in,
threat.
in like any other beat 'em up, you walk up to an enemy and you grab them and they can do whatever. But there's no throw unless it's a command grab, and that's character specific.
On the topic of command grabs, like I have an issue with the way they do that with bosses, because when with the characters that their triangle or Y move is a projectile, you're always going to have that projectile, right? It's always there for you. You're going to be able to use it. With the bosses, the command grab seems to work until you do while, like until you do a certain amount of damage to them, and then the move is useless. Like it's fucking useless.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a huge disadvantage. Like, God forbid you bring two characters that have command grabs, because you just lost like 25% of your moves at that point.
You gotta diversify.
Yeah, you have to bring someone with the block and someone with the dodge. You got to bring someone with the command grab and someone with a projectile or something
like that.
Flight
is like super important in this game.
Flight is important because, God, like trying to the stage where I had to use Venom and who was the other character I used with Venom? Oh, Black Panther. So Venom and Black Panther. Neither of them fly, and there were like aerial enemies everywhere. So I'm like watching the shadows. I'm like, all right, am I lined up? It's like, okay, let me get him. It's like, and that's not a good gameplay experience. Like, I shouldn't have to watch the shadows on the ground. But yeah,
especially if you're following the suggestions that the game tells you to do for each level, for the challenges.
Because there's like,
tell you, like,
canon characters or whatever, that suggest. Which is kind of another nitpick
Venom
too,
and Black Panther, like that's a very unusual combination. To be honest with you.
They've got these like character specific challenges and shit like that, and character recommended for each level. But if you stick to that, like you're not going to be prepared for the end boss.
Because you won't be leveled up.
You've got to go back and grind that shit. So it almost behooves you to just like stick to two characters, in the beginning, and beat it first, and then go back and do all the challenges.
And then do the challenges. That's kind of what we didn't do any of the challenges. And
we
had a blast. We were laughing the entire time, even though we couldn't see shit. And that was part of the running joke. It was like,
what happened? I don't know.
I don't know.
Fucking idea. Yeah.
It's not without its quirks. I like all the characters in it. I like all the bosses. I like the music. The stages are great. There's lots of cool background stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Easter eggs.
A lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah,
a lot of things you can unlock in that cube that you spend points on.
I'm kind of two minds on that, because on one hand, yes, you get colors. That's great.
The colors are good. Yeah,
everything else is junk. Like the
data
files,
those
music tracks. Okay, great, sure, but the rest is
give me my outfits. Just give me my outfits.
It does that dopamine thing though when you unlock them. At least, like, I'll never look at like the music tracks. I'll never go in and listen to them. But being like, hey,
I did go down the list in the
info thing, the data thing.
Yeah, like the data that they unlock. I did go down and like it gives you it goes through all the heroes, and it goes through the villains, and then it goes through like the monsters that you fight in the game. But like as it's going through the heroes, it'll tell you the hero, like who the hero is, what their real name is, like what their specialties are, like what groups they were associated with, like X-Men or Guardians or whatever. Where they're from and stuff like that. So and where they showed up first in the Marvel universe, like what comic, which I thought was kind of cool. So like a lot of characters in there from like the 60s that I didn't realize were that far back, so I find that aspect of it pretty neat. But overall, the game's $30. It's 10% off right now, and since it just launched, I think it was worth it. Like I'm still having fun with it.
Like, I played it on Game Pass, but I have the physical coming next year whenever.
Nice. Okay.
Out. Yeah, Steelbook. Had to.
One more nitpick. I'm sorry. One more nitpick. It doesn't allow you to go back, and normally that's not a problem, but there was one specific part where I was playing today. And I finished off a wave of enemies, and the stage, I didn't move. The stage moved forward and took away a food item that I was going to go back and get.
Oh.
And I was like, no, fuck you. Come on.
I need that green pizza. God damn it.
Yeah, the graphics green. I thought you meant on the story map, because this is another comparison to Shredder's Revenge. I like the way Shredder's Revenge did the story mode, the campaign mode, where it was kind of like that top down. You're driving the turtle van, but you can go to different points on the map to turn quests in and do side quest type stuff. Whereas this is just like basically a graph that you're going from point to point to point.
Yeah.
And they
it does
don't
seem
make
like
it. They don't make it. They like, you have to, if the map branches like from 1 dot to 2 and then from 2 to 1 again, you actually have to play both of those
Yeah, you gotta
stages
do both.
before
You're
you
not
can go.
picking one.
So
It's
it's
weird.
like,
Yeah.
why
That
is
is
it
weird.
branched like that? Just
Yeah,
make
I
it.
don't get it. Just make it linear.
Yeah.
Just have it linear. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The illusion of
weird.
choice.
The illusion of choice. But yeah, those are all nitpicks. Like, it's fun game. It's a fun game.
Yeah, it is.
I only nitpick because I'm super into beat 'em ups. Otherwise,
you're
this
the
is
beat 'em up guy.
this is a really good one. So
beat 'em ups for you are like Metroidvanias for me, sir. I understand.
Truth.
What else we got today, guys? Any other games?
I have nothing else besides smaller stuff. That's no point in bringing up right now.
I've got a couple of small things. I did start playing. Of all things, I started playing Mighty Switch Force, just for the hell of it. I'm not going to talk about that too much, but it's a way forward joint, and everybody knows that I'm kind of a fanboy at this point. But it's a kind of a puzzle platformer where you can switch different platforms that are available to you while you're playing. And it's been out for a while, but the collection was on sale for like 75% off, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
So I've been messing around with that. I messed around with Ayuden Chronicles a little bit more. I got to the point where you get your fort, your base, essentially, and you can start going out into the world and trying to collect all the 100 and something characters to populate your new city, or whatever it is you want to call it. So still enjoying that. That's good stuff. I also I don't have a whole lot to say about it yet, but I did also start Where Winds Meet. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but it's
a little bit, yeah.
It looked cool with the trailers. When I actually saw gameplay, though, I was kind of like, I don't know.
It's set in like ancient China, but it's a Chinese developer, I believe. It's free to play. It's an RPG, and you can either play it like as a single player or as an online game. And it's kind of character actiony, but it doesn't feel super good. So it's kind of that mix in between. They're trying to have like an interesting combat system inside an action RPG. It's very pretty. I haven't gotten too far into it. I've played for maybe like an hour. I want to go back to it. But so more on that later on. But the fact
Try
is
to
that
see if you can cheat the system, because I saw in the first week people were, because they use AI for some of their NPCs, and you can. It's also voice. You can use your voice, right? You can like type shit into it or something like that. One or the other. I don't know. I think it's voice. But people have been tricking the NPCs to say they've completed quests, and it gives you the rewards even though they haven't done them. Yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
God.
Yeah, look into that. Give us an update, because I want to know if they've patched that out or.
But they start you out with a couple of different weapon choices. Like, you can use a katana, and they give you a spear right away. So lots of different combat choices right out of the gate. Again, free to play, but it's not like a pay to win type of situation. I believe it's just pay to look pretty. That's kind of the way they do it. So
that's the most important thing.
That's really all I have to say about it right now. I'll probably play it some more and give a little bit more of an update next time. But
so what you're saying is you never saw Where the Winds Meet?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'll see myself out.
Oh, we just lost Chris. He just imploded.
I hate you. Cool, but yeah, that's it for me. So Jeff, I'll pass it off to you, man. Let's get some news going.
We got one little thing of news, and the only reason I bring it up is because I've been waiting for this game forever, and I think a lot of other people have too. But Replaced has finally got a release date. March 12th,
really good trailer
next year. Yes, that trailer they released looks so good. Oh my god! Reminder: this is that kind of like side-scrolling action adventure game that's kind of like pixel art, but looks very like stylized and like Blade Runner-esque and
highly like animated pixel art too. Like
yeah. And they're based out of Ukraine, so they had, of course, a lot of issues the last few years. So their game was obviously delayed over and over again. So it is coming out next March. So that
I do not know what this is, so I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it before, but dude, it's been, like I said, it
was probably
announced 4 years ago or something like that. I want to say, or like 3 or 4 years ago. But that's basically the news.
Good stuff. Okay.
And the other was the Nintendo bullshit that we already went over. Which
isn't buy really those news, amiibos, yos.
Yeah. Oh, we do have listener emails, Chris and Jason.
Love it. I love that.
Wow,
shit, man.
Cool.
Yes, we do. We got one from Nathan and one from Amy Maisie.
Nice.
Let's start with Nathan's here. He writes in. It's also One Hot Dragon on the I think that's what he says on Discord. Sorry guys, my glasses.
It's the reading portion of the
podcast. Right. And he sent this to me after he listened to last week's show, I believe, or the show before that. So he said, "Oh, I meant to message you after last week's pod. I got to write in for you because I was going to ask this already, and y'all started to touch on it at the end of this last episode. Last year, I wrote in asking if y'all thought 2025 would overtake 2023 as arguably the best year in gaming. The general consensus was no, but despite the lack of GTA, Fable, Crimson Desert, and the much anticipated Mouse PI, LOL, the consensus seems to have changed. How do we feel about the same question post 2025? So what do we think before we get to going over
my my game of the year list? It's almost doubled in size, like over the stuff that I've played, or at least touched, or got a really good grasp of. So I've played way more, and I know that I'm going to be struggling getting just down to 10. So yeah, I think this is a fucking phenomenal year.
It certainly is a better year than I think any of us anticipated it to be. That's the way I'll put it. Does it beat 2013? I think it's going to be a matter of opinion for people. For me, I think it does. Like the amount of stuff that's come out, the amount of games that I've played that are different from what I'm used to. Like, fuck, I went back and played Death Stranding 1 and 2 this year. Like, it's I would not have played Death Stranding 1 without hearing like Jeff and other members of the community talking about it, and then knowing that 2 was coming out. So that wasn't even really on the radar for me at the time. So a lot has definitely changed for me this year. And like Jason said, I've played a lot of stuff that's been really good, and it's going to be hard to get my top 10 limited down.
It will be. But just a reminder of some stuff that came out in 2023.
Baldur's Gate.
There's Baldur's Gate 3.
I know.
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars.
This is just from my list that I had from that year. But Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2 was that year as well.
Oh,
Lies
that's
of P, Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm just trying to name the ones that we all had pretty high. Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Jedi Survivor, Burning Shores. Yeah, there's a lot. But my initial thought too was, I think 2023
Final Fantasy 16
would be tough. Final Fantasy 16,
Super Mario Wonder, Jedi Survivor. Yeah. So Hi-Fi Rush was that year. Was Hi-Fi Rush that year? It was that year. Wild Hearts. So yeah, it was a really good fucking year.
But normally really I'd be like, maybe still not. But now I'm looking at my 2025 list, and I'm like, even though like there's some like fucking generational games in 2023, there's also that in 2025.
Yeah.
But I think what leads up to those games too might be stronger. Because there's a lot of good shit this year, man.
Yeah. And we saw a lot of good shit from a lot of different places. Like we saw really good AAA games. We saw really good non-AAA games. We saw really good indie stuff. And they're all making an impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the breadth of the games that are out there this year is pretty unique overall.
Yeah, because I don't think when we answered this question the first time, with 2025 would overtake 2023, none of us have played Death Stranding at that point. So I don't even think we were even looking forward to Death Stranding too much at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Claire Obscure, that was a coin toss whether or not
that was on my radar, but I didn't think
it was on
I would
all
have
of our
never.
radars, but
I never thought it would be what it was. You know, I
Yeah.
never thought it would be as influential as it was.
yeah,
And you know, I was like concerned that Ghost of Yotei was not going to live up to my expectations, and it surpassed all of them.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a crazy year.
I think
And Shinobi was fucking great. Like
yeah.
Ninja Gaiden came out in 2 different forms, and they were both great. Like
I was worried about
there's
Ninja
so
Gaiden
much.
4. That was so good. I was worried
Yeah.
about fucking oh, I don't got it. Oh, Hollow Knight Silk Song. I had no interest in whatsoever. That's going to be way up on my game of the year
Yeah.
list.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hades
Well, he has
too. Like so much.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, his follow-up is, well, looking into 2026, our expectations, hype levels, looking to be on par with 2023, 2025 as well. Is this the new normal?
I don't know if I can answer that yet, because I have not really looked at what's coming out in 2026 yet.
I mean, we said no for 2025, and if we say we can't, if we say no, it probably will be.
I'm not falling for that shit again, Nathan. Don't do that.
Well, 3 games have been pushed to 2026 that would have been this year, and that's GTA, Fable, and what was the other one he mentioned? Crimson Desert, which all look to be pretty damn good. So
I can do 1 year at a fucking time, man. I'm not looking forward to 2026 yet. I still got to wrap up this year.
2024 was really fucking good too. Like I'm looking at 2024. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh no, I thought I was looking at the wrong list there. I'm like, wait, were half these games? I saw fucking Alan Wake 2, and I was like, wait, it was the DLC that came out in 2024. Okay, cool.
Good shit.
Thank you, Nathan. We'll find out. Amy Maisie, longtime friend of the show.
Hi, Amy.
She writes in with a few questions here. She says, "What's the best gaming-related Christmas gift you have ever received or bought for yourself?" Who wants to go first on that one? Jason, man. I heard you go,
So I'm
going to put you on the spot.
Okay, because I was still thinking. Thanks.
Okay, go to Chris.
I mean, I can go. I honestly, like, after I turned like 14, I never really got anything gaming related, because if there was something gaming related I wanted, I usually tried to buy it myself. There are exceptions to the rule, but the majority of what I ended up getting, like at 13, I bought a Sega Genesis on my own. So I probably the NES, like the NES I got for Christmas. So, and I remember being completely overwhelmed by fucking Rob the Robot, man. That was
just
amazing.
Some Gyromite action. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That shit was great.
Until you found out that you could just use the second controller with your toes or something. Didn't even need the robot.
Right. Don't even need the robot. That's right. But yeah, I mean, for like bought for myself, like I mean, I could, you know, count up a million things, but the most memorable is probably the NES for me when I was like 10.
Yeah. Anything I buy myself for Christmas and say it's for Christmas, I don't actually say for Christmas, so I can't count any of those for me.
Hey, this year I bought myself a PS5 Pro for Christmas, apparently.
Yeah. But you opened it already, Chris. Doesn't count.
Opened it already, yeah.
I'll go and give Jason some more time just in case. This is actually funny, because I think when I was on the GSC podcast, this is actually a question that Nathan actually asked us. So I'm going to give the same answer, but those people here might not have heard it. Number 1 is probably when I got my Game Gear for Christmas. And that was because I wasn't expecting it. And 2, I opened up a carrying case for it first, and my mom was all pissed that I opened that one first, even though she's the one who handed it to me first. It was the first gift I opened. And she was like, "Oh no, you're supposed to open the other one first." And then I was young and I was still kind of dumb. I was like, well, okay, cool. I have a Game Gear case, but no Game Gear. And whatever. I opened it up a couple more. I was like, oh my God, I like lost my shit. And the second was when Tanya got me the PlayStation 4 that year, the year that came out, because I wasn't really, because they were so hard to get.
Yeah.
And then when she told me what she did to get it, like not like that, everyone. I mean, like effort she put through. I mean, she got up really early and went to multiple stores on multiple days before she could finally get one.
And that was after tricking herself out all night. Yeah. Jeez. Oh, God. I killed Jeff. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Tanya, I love you. That was, in the middle of winter in Toronto, and she would get up early and go to a store that said they might get them on a certain date. And, yeah.
Nice.
She eventually got one.
That's love.
Yeah.
You gotta love a woman that'll, get you a PS4, but also talk you out of PlayStation Move. So
that is true. That is true. It's about balance.
Yeah.
She picks the good one.
Consoles are a good choice, but like the first consoles that I got were like family gifts, like the Atari and NES and stuff. I think the first console that I got that was like just for me was a Game Boy, and that was huge, because it came with Tetris and shit like that. But when I think of like Christmas gifts, I will always remember the all the arcade sticks that we made for people. That was so much fun to do because we tailor made those for everybody.
I guess that was Christmas then, wasn't it?
That was technically a Christmas thing. So yeah, that was so much fun.
I think I'm adding a third then, because that was definitely not expected from me at all. That was awesome. It's right there. I think I've said that a few times, but it's looking at it.
Nice.
Oh, guess second one. That was all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
She has another one. She says, "What is your better late than never game? Either a game you played many years after release, or a newer game in a long series without any previous plays?"
I already mentioned mine, I think.
Death Stranding. Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, I think, is my most recent better late than never game, for sure. I have to think a little bit and see if I can come up with another one, but I think that one definitely qualifies.
I'll say mine, because I've said it a few times, but mine's Metal Gear Solid 3, because I played through it entirely for the first time this year.
I'm super struggling with mine, because normally I try and focus on the stuff that's in that year, and then I just completely forget about that year.
Yeah, and then you don't go back to them.
Yeah, I never go back to them. So
you don't have to have one.
We've been trying to do our backlog stuff for 2 years now, and I still haven't touched any of mine.
I just find like I can't do backlog stuff, like forcing myself to do it. I have to just go with my gut and be like, what do I feel like playing? Because the amount of times I've been like, I feel like playing Darksiders 2. I've been wanting to play that since that update came, and then I'm like, well, I should really play something in my backlog that I already had in my backlog, and then I just end up not enjoying it because I'm not in the right headspace, and then I don't end up playing either of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Maybe next year we just say backlog games are the games that we feel like playing at the time.
I feel like playing them at the time. I'm like, I feel like playing, and then I just don't.
That's not what I mean. Like what I mean is like make sure that you talk about 3 games in your backlog throughout the year.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Rather than saying I'm going to play these 3 games, because I'm the only one who's done that. So
yep.
This year, at least I played all 3 of them.
Well, what is your third question? What is your biggest gaming hot take? If you have one, you might not have one.
I don't know if it's super hot take, but I think fans of games, the gaming fanosphere, is fucking toxic. I think it's super bad, and I think it's detrimental to the hobby as a whole
and mental health.
Yeah.
You can't share any opinions now on social medias or anything like that. Say something's good, you're gonna get shit on. You say something's bad, you're gonna get shit on. Post gameplay, you're
never-ending fucking stream of people just hating on shit. It's ridiculous, and hating the people that voice their opinions or review something or anything to that degree. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You didn't give a score that I think this game should get that I haven't played yet. So this reviewer is full of shit, or haven't done this, or just let's go at them personally, or fucking look for dirt on them. Like it's crazy. I wouldn't want to be in the industry.
Bunch of underdeveloped babies out there. My God.
Smooth brains is what we like to call them. Smooth brained. Chris, do you have a hot take?
Oh man.
I'll say mine while
Nintendo is a shell of what it used to be. That's my hot take.
Okay.
I do not like
people getting mad.
I feel like Nintendo is currently at their second iteration of their N64 arrogance. Yes.
Yeah. I think
the problem is they're not going to learn their lesson because people are still buying all their shit. So.
Like amiibos and shit.
Yeah, I know. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
Who's got music now, bitches?
Yeah.
Damn it. Jeff, you're horrible.
The thing is, like, if I didn't buy it beforehand, I probably wouldn't. Okay, I probably still would have bought it.
I don't think you would have. I feel like you would have not bought it out of spite. You would have found out about it.
Yeah, I bought them way before this was even like a thing or knew it was a thing, because they did not advertise this. Like I looked at I don't think it says anywhere on the box like what it does or anything like that. It just says compatible with certain fucking Switch titles.
And you bought the amiibos weeks ago, right?
Like, I bought them like a while ago. Yeah. So, no, I don't think that's. I mean, no, I was going to say I don't think many people would argue with that, but no, a lot of people would argue with that. Just throw that on social media, Chris, and good luck to you, buddy.
We'll combine what Jason just said.
Yeah. Well, then we might as well stack mine on there too, because
sweet.
mine ties in with the last question, and I don't think Metal Gear Solid 3 is that great of a game. And that's why I didn't get into it back in the day. I could not get through it, and I got through it this year because they fixed some things. But at the end of the day, I was like, average at best. Maybe if I got through it back in the day, I would have thought more of it, but I didn't get through it back in the day for reasons. And I got through the other ones. So something about it just never jived. And not really that big of a fan.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually keep all my physical games, at least for a little bit. And I think I traded it in the same weekend I finished it, I think. Because I was I'm never going to play this again. Yeah, because I knew I was never going to play it again. I was like, I might as well get top value for it while I can. So I'm getting the tweet ready now. I'm tagging each of you guys. So
oh no.
She's got one last question here. So this is where we get to redeem ourselves. So at least we can like make some type of fandom happy. Which game do you revisit when nothing else sounds good? I really like this question because I don't think we've ever had anything even like this before in the history of InDis. And I like. What is your
I would love to hear what
the other
listeners, I would love to hear listeners what your thoughts are on this one. So normally
this is where we would actually stop back in the day and be like, this is going to be our question.
This is going to be our question of the week for next week.
Yeah, that's how we used to do things back in the day.
And it still might be like we'll still put it out there on Discord and see if people want to answer it. Right.
Yeah.
Like mine has always been Symphony of the Night.
Shit. That's totally mine too. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
So mine has always been Symphony of the Night. I've beaten the Symphony of the Night like 12 times. Now it's also Bloodstained. Like Bloodstained, I've beaten like 5 or 6 times. Because it is like it's not quite to where Symphony of the Night was for me, but it's the closest anything else has gotten. It's the only one. It's even other like IGA titles haven't gotten as close to Symphony of the Night as Bloodstained did. And I am a huge fan of like Aria and Order of Ecclesia, and like I love those games. But yeah, it's Symphony of the Night and now Bloodstained.
Yeah, Symphony is total comfort game for me, for sure. I can hop into that and waste a few hours easily. Just love the music and gameplay, and it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah,
nice. Mine's not a particular game. It's just kind of like a genre. I'll go to something that's easily pick up and play out of the FPS genre. Usually, like the modern Dooms were my go-tos for a long time, like the 2016 Doom and Eternal, or a Halo, or a character action game from like the 360 PS3 era is usually my go-to. I'll play like a couple levels of Bayonetta or like something out of the God of War trilogy. Yeah, God of War 3. I've played the first couple levels of God of War 3. I don't even know how many times.
Oh man,
just because I'll throw that in and be like, "Fuck, I just want to beat some shit up for a while and don't have to go
dude,
through
I
tutorials."
remember when the original God of War demo was released. I played that like 4 or 5 times, man. That
Yeah.
fucking Hydra at the end, man. Oh man, that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what sold me on a PS2 again, man, when I played that at my buddy's house. And I was like, this is fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, shit. But
Good
yeah,
stuff.
those are my comfort games. Well, thank you,
Awesome.
Amy and Nathan.
Thank you
anyone
guys.
else?
Appreciate it.
You can hit us up anyway. You can email us, or hit us up DMs, Discord, Twitters, Blue Skies. You know where to reach us. Chris, where can they reach us, actually?
The email is interactivedistractions@gmail.com. That's the way, if you want to just send us an email, that's the way you can do that. But yeah, thank you very much for that. And I do think we should throw that question of the week out there. I think it would be interesting to hear what everybody else does.
I do want to hear what these are for people. So yeah,
cool.
If you're listening to this, hit us up that way. Join our Discord, we'll also post in the Discord. Yeah, reply there.
I thought this was going to be a short show. We are an hour and 40 minutes in.
Sorry.
So much for that. But it has been a good show, and at least I think it was. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you did, please tell a few friends about us. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. All those things help us out a lot. And check out interactivedistractions.com. That will lead you to our link tree, and that can lead you to both our Discord. And if you want to support us, you can check us out on Patreon as well. And that is it for tonight. So thank you guys for listening, and until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jeff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next time.
Chris hates Nintendo. Chris at interactivedistractions.com.